My name is Karan Menon, and Daniel Zevitz and I are working on the document tracking team for the Defense Technical Information Center. So, just to recap, the Defense Technical Information Center, or DTIC for short, is sort of like the Google or Wikipedia of the Department of Defense. The DoD conducts a lot of scientific research, and a lot of the research papers, reports, and funding reports regarding the projects are available on DTIC's main tool, which is the R&E Gateway, where you can access all these documents with a search. Currently, the system is set up so that you can type in a keyword, find a bunch of reports, and then you can download those reports in the form of a PDF to your own machine. However, this poses an issue because once you download the document, there are no restrictions on who you can share it to, how you can modify the document, what information you can copy, etc. And that poses a problem because a lot of these documents have sensitive or classified information, and they can be, if put into the wrong hands, they could have terrible consequences for the U.S. defense community. So our group was tasked at finding a solution to the problem, preventing unauthorized copying, sharing, or modification to the documents. We knew that once you download documents to your local machine, it is much harder to track where they go. So we decided to create a container, an environment where users could view and download PDFs, which allows us to better track who has the documents and ensure that those who are accessing the documents have authorization. Our framework is also built to ensure that people follow the rules and follow practices that are considered safe and legal in terms of how to share documents. So we have two main components. We have a PDF viewer and we have a offline database where we store PDFs offline, and you can obviously just access. You can open and access these PDFs offline, and we're building in a bunch of other features to make it more user friendly. So now that we've coded significant portions of the project, which include the offline database portion as well as a PDF viewer portion in Angular, we decided to focus more on the user experience, how to make this user friendly. And so we created a wireframe to show you how we intend our site to work. So here is a view of the R&E Gateway, and we've typed in a search term, which is rocks, and you have a bunch of results showing up. So to open documents, you would either click on the arrow over here, or you would click on view full text. So previously, when you click view full text, it would actually download a document to your computer, but instead, clicking the button causes you to open a PDF in the PDF viewer. The PDF viewer has a bunch of features. We have zoom in and zoom out. We have rotate buttons. We're planning on having a share button, which allows you to copy the link to the document and share it via email, which is the legal way of sharing. We're also building an annotation feature, which works like the common feature in Google Docs. And let's go back. You can also open the document by clicking this down arrow, which shows you a bunch of information about the technical report, and then you'll see view full text again. If you click that button, it takes you back to the PDF. So you can also go to view offline mode, which has all the documents that you have stored and downloaded offline. And here is a list of all the files. I am planning on making a drop-down menu which has features like making folders to group your files in. Also, here's a list of all the files. Each file has an open PDF button on the left and a delete button on the right whenever you want to delete a file. So I'm clicking on the open button and it goes back to the PDF. You can also, once you're on the PDF viewer, you can also hit the back button to go back to the RNA gateway search. So now let's go back to the Google homepage. So now we've managed to download documents offline, but how do we access them offline? So the simple way to do that is you just have a bookmark in your browser which goes to DTIC Docs. And then when you open that, you go back to your portfolio view of all the PDFs that you've downloaded from the gateway. And you can still open it in your PDF viewer because that's part of the extension. And yeah, that is how we are intending to make our project work. Thank you for listening, everybody.